In this video, you are going to learn how to create a scroll progress bar on your website without writing a single line of code. Well, we're gonna write a couple lines of code, but don't worry because, of course, I wrote it for you. So, my name is Nandi, this is Framer University, and let's get started. So as you can see, this is the Framer University blog, and it is one of the blog posts here. And I'm going to show this to you because this is where I use this scroll progress bar. So as you can see, as I start scrolling down on this article, I see this bar going from the left side of the screen to the right side of the screen, indicating my scroll progress. And as you can see, it has a nice little glow effect at the end of the line, which is, I think it's very cool, and we're gonna do exactly this. So without any further ado, let's get right into Framer and start creating this scroll progress bar. So as you can see, I have a little document set up here. Don't worry because I'm gonna leave a link in the description that you can click in order to remix this file so you can create this scroll progress bar with me. By working with the same file. So we just have a couple of sections here within this main frame, as you can see, and yeah, it's nothing crazy. But before doing anything else, I'm gonna create the design of the progress bar. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna draw a frame right here by pressing F and just doing this on my canvas. This will be 2 pixels. Let's just leave it like this because 2 pixels is just like it's hard to work with such small sizes. So I'm gonna just leave it for a bigger size for now. I'm gonna rename this to progress bar, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove its fill color. Then I'll create another frame within it. And now it is absolutely positioned. I can move it anywhere, but I would like to make it relatively positioned. But in order to do that, I'll need to make this progress bar frame a stack by clicking this layout button right here. Here what I'm going to do is I'll make sure that the stack properties are the following. The distribute will be start, and the gap will be 0, and basically that's it. And then I will make sure that this little frame here has fill height and relative width, which will be 1%, but let's leave it for 55 for now. So this frame here will be the line that will actually go from the left side to the right side of the frame, and it will have a linear gradient fill. So I'll just try to rotate this, and we will have white here, and we will have a little bit transparent white here. I don't remember exactly what transparency I had in the original design, but let's go with this value here. So maybe, I don't know, maybe 30 is a bit too low. Let's go with 50, it's not important. So yeah, so 50% white, we are going to 100% white, and yeah, basically that's it. It's nothing crazy really. Now we'll need to make sure that this progress bar is only 2 pixels height. So we're gonna need to zoom in a bit here, and I'll make a frame here, and this will have 100 corner radius, so it will be a circle basically. I'll name this glow because this will be glowing. I'll just make sure that it has a blur property and maybe 15 pixel blur here, and I'll just cut it and paste it within the line, and I'll absolutely position it to the right side of this line, so it will be right here, as you can see. And since I'm activating the right pin and setting it to 0, it will always be there. I'm going to show it to you how that looks like exactly. I just need to make sure that the overflows here are visible, so we can actually see this little glow. And now I realize that I need to make this right value a bit different, so that it is exactly on the end of this little line. And maybe it's a bit too strong, so I'll make sure that the opacity is a bit lower. I'm gonna go with 0.5 opacity. And now as you can see, we have this little line here and the progress bar. And as you can see, if I select the line here and I change its width, you can see that it will basically go from the left to the right side. And we will basically animate this width change with a really simple code override. But for now, I'll just make sure that the line is 1% because this will be the starting width. It will be only 1%, and then we will go to 100% as we scroll down the website. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it from here, and I'll paste it in within this desktop breakpoint, and it will be within the desktop breakpoint. I'm not going to nest it further down because I'll need to make sure that the position is set to fixed, and I'll make sure that the top pin is 60 pixels because this nav bar here is 60 pixels, and so that way we can position it to the bottom of this nav bar. And then I'm going to make sure that the left pin is 0 and the right pin is 0 as well. But we can also maybe increase or decrease this left value a bit, so this glow will be not visible when we land on this website, so maybe -50. And yeah, now we have this little line here. As you can see, if we will make this width a bit bigger, it will be, you know, going from the left to the right side of the page, but we will have 1% for a starter value. So now all we need to do is to create a code override and apply it to this line frame. So I'm going to go to the right panel. We have code overrides here, and we're going to just create a new file. We're going to call this scroll. You can name it whatever you'd like, and I will just paste in this code here. You're going to be able to find it on framer.university. If you go to the resources section, I'm going to have this code there, so you can just copy and paste it here. And then you just hit Command and S on your keyboard to save it. And then we can go back to the line and we can apply this scroll, and we'll choose the with progress override. So the last two step is pretty simple. We need to have a start and an end section that will determine the start of this scroll progress and the end of the scroll progress. Because as you can see here, we start from the top of the page, but this progress ends here and not at the end of the page, because the article actually ends here, but then we have some more content. So that's why we can actually, you know, set the starting point and the end point by just adding scroll sections to these sections. So I'll start by selecting the section start, going to scroll section and giving it a scroll section named start, and then going to the section end and giving it another scroll section which is called end. So now if we preview this website, you can see that as I start scrolling down, this little progress bar will go from the left side to the right side, and when we reach the end section, it will be on the right side. And if we add some more sections here, you will see that if we scroll further down, it will be basically already fully progressed to the right side of the page. So yeah, it is, I think it's pretty cool that we can actually set the starting point and the end point. So yeah, that's basically how you do it. I know it's pretty simple, but you know, Framer is always simple. It's always easy. So yeah, if you like this tutorial, make sure to like it. So just press the like button, and yeah, I have a free course on Framer. So if you want to learn more, or some of these things were a bit too complicated for you, just make sure to check out that, because I'm pretty sure that it will help you a lot. So yeah, that's it for this video. As I said, make sure to like it and subscribe for more. and I'm gonna see you in the next one.